video.
I hope
Yeah, I
not.
didn't. No, I didn't.
Do you want to try
My first time doing this, I'm totally out of my comfort zone.
You're doing what?
Doing presentation about this.
Ooh. Are you Cuban?
Yeah. First, it's not.
Is it recording?
I think yes.
Okay. Try it again.
It's not.
Sometimes it takes. No, wait. Sometimes it takes a little. Ah, yeah. You just need to take this one.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah. And is there something that you want to focus on when you're presenting now? You want to concentrate on?
I just want to get engagement from the
Engagement.
So if I can get to you guys, it's only that.
Perfect. And engagement, is it interaction too, or?
If you can feel what I'm saying, yes. Like
All
if you
right.
can, like if you feel the feelings that I'm inside when I talk
Okay.
about my.
So guys, I feel. Get into the feeling. Whenever you're ready to start.
Yeah, I just want to talk about my history and how I ended up creating Cuba.com. So I am originally from Cuba, all of you guys know. I ended up my studies in 2010 as an informatic engineer. Imagine in a country where you don't have internet, I didn't have a job. I was completely out. I started after 1 year about not doing almost anything, creating a business about internet. I was buying 80 hours internet and selling it to small houses for €2 per hour, something like that. So I was getting 80 hours for €1 an hour. I was selling for 2. I was getting kind of 50% revenue. And that's how I did this for 2 years, and I was able to live pretty good and to save a couple of money, so some money for the future. And after 2 years, the city just kind of started getting me because it's Cuba, it's communism. You cannot have your own business, so we decided to get out of the country. We ended up in Hanover. Yeah, in Germany it was pretty hard because at the very beginning, just to integrate yourself, I wasn't able to speak English or German. I was kind of lost, and I decided to create the first company. Was Cubaso. It was a travel agency as well, but it was a big fail because I tried to communicate with Cuba, and at that time it wasn't internet, and every call to Cuba, 1 million is like €2, complicated, so it didn't work at all. So I decided to enter the IT companies. That's why one company hired me. I came to it, and here in that time from 2014 to now, my family is in Cuba. Started developing his own business. So my father is an electrical engineer. Now he's a taxi driver for tourists. Guys, he buy an old timer. And my cousin came to Germany as well. Cousin came to Germany to start Germany. He finished his studies. He came to Cuba, and I was a travel guide. All this without I didn't know anything about it. My uncle is an English teacher, and now he's a travel guide as well in Cuba. So I think like when you think about something pretty hard, kind of the universe helps you to get it. And that's why I decided to after meeting Tudor, that was the one who pushed me as well, because he has a company about traveling to his own country. I decided to create my own travel company. It is Cuba.com. Yeah, what I'm trying to do, because there is a lot of companies that offer travels around the world. What I'm trying to do here is like I'm not offering any hotels. I'm not offering like you stay on the beach all the time and you don't know the country. So I'm offering custom travels. What you're gonna have there when you arrive at the airport, one Cuban guide is gonna pick you up, and you're gonna stay in a house in Havana, in an apartment with people that actually live in Cuba, and this guy is gonna be with you all the time. That you can feel the family, you can feel the culture, and you will go 11 days around the entire island and meeting new places and cities, hanging out with people there. With this guy always with you. At the end, you're gonna have an experience about you visit the country, but you actually knew the country. Because right now, for us to be able to know really the country, you have to live more than 1 month there. It's impossible to be on vacation and you can say, okay, I was in this country and I really know what it's about. I really know the culture. You cannot do it. So that's the idea I had by creating this company. So we are pretty new. We had only 2 clients, and that's one of the pictures we have for our first group. So this guy's in Cuba. That's an old timer. That's what actually we do. So you go to Havana, and we pick you up in this car. So I mean, we have these houses in Germany as well. You can kind of see it, but believe me, it's a completely different experience when you are in Cuba traveling like that. It will be amazing for sure. So the idea I'm having right now is I want people like influencers help me to promote my company. So I want, for example, if you are a photographer and you like you're in Cuba and you like to make photos and you have like this guy here, that's a photo that one guy did, has 600 likes. But when you see the text, you are seeing like he's just promoting this photo. He has a lot of views, but maybe he can get profit also from this photo. So he can put a link to sell exactly the photo that he's showing. So you have an excursion about traveling with old-timer cars, where you can put the link on the photo where you can actually book a travel with old-timer cars. And one of the things that I want to get is like I am giving 2% from revenue of my company in every travel to one family in Cuba. So every time when you book a travel and book an excursion with us, you are feeding someone there. And I'm making videos for people where you can see actually what you did and what's the benefit of this, because I'm completely out of my country. I'm living a new life, but I need to feel that I'm supporting these guys there. And if you are making vacation and you can support people as well, it's amazing. It's a good feeling, yes.
How are you giving the 2% from the entire revenue or
from every revenue? I'm increasing the number.
So for every booking. So if I'm one booking, then I can see that from my booking it was exactly this family. Oh, nice.
So depend on the booking. They are booking for 30 euros for travel. They are booking for 1,200 euros is the entire 11 days, and from there 2% is kind of 1 week food for one family.
Well, that's actually more amazing.
Yeah. You can feed a family with almost no money for you.
Really nice.
Yeah. I'm done. Sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about. What's your feedback? Yeah.
I really like the fact that you include the prototype. I think maybe could make it like really engage with the audience, because you mentioned about the local experience and also the second 2% profit basically. So I think if you put the local experience into when they first see the prototype and it's incorporated there, it will give a whole new feeling that will help as well. Because now we have the mountain, but they just to incorporate it is in a video, like small video playing or something.
Yeah, it's a lot of potential here to do that. Yeah.
Please,
So I really felt your question, but I don't know if now I'm not biased because I work with you every day and I know your passion about everything. I didn't got the idea exactly of the presentation, so I think that your idea was how I can make profit from my passion. And if this was the idea, then this comes pretty late.
Yeah.
And you're talking pretty not much about it, so yeah. Or maybe the idea was how I did start it with Cuba Leon, and what kind of troubles did I had on my way, and one of the trouble is getting profit from this idea that I have. So yeah, that's actually that kind of confused me. And yeah, I would have started just with a question like, have you been to Cuba? And just show some pictures. Would you like to be here? Have you imagined seeing this, that just waking up and touching and seeing the waves, or I don't know, whatever you can do in Cuba. So and then you also get this engagement and it made me wonder, yeah, I really want to be there. Because you saw when you presented this photo with the car, with the yellow car, actually we were all, what the fuck, man, I really want to drive that car, I really want to see that. So yeah.
Was it a stock photo?
Huh?
Was it a stock photo or a real photo with a yellow car?
No, that's a stock photo.
Okay.
But we had some, sorry, I can't show you real. So it was pretty nice.
Yeah. What is your target with this presentation here for us?
I'm kind of confused about the target. So, for me, it would be like what I really wanted. I think I didn't got it. Was like talking with people that actually travel to Cuba and they are always making a lot of photos because you see people in Cuba making all the time photos, and people can, by posting these photos and posting the link, selling the excursion by themselves.
Yeah,
and
but
get ready.
with us here, what was the target of this presentation you just did to us? What do you wanted to make us do?
I want you guys to have a feeling about wanting to travel to Cuba.
Yeah, so why don't you sell us this? I mean, you're doing good. Cuba is nice. You like it. Why don't you send us to Cuba?
You want to go to Cuba?
No, I would think of this, if you show this to us, it's not just sharing the information. I would have the target that you want us to desperately go to Cuba afterwards. Make it with your company that 2% of the profits go to help families. Why not? You know, I'm just asking. I mean, if it's a good thing, sell it. If you think we will have fun there in the old cars and everything, do it. Why not? I think you can, and I think you should.
I think I had a lot of ideas about one I wanted. I didn't focus on one of them.
Yeah.
So
Well, you can do other things too. You could also try to spread the word that people share those links in Instagram or Facebook or whatever you wanted to do that. I didn't really get this, by the way. I did not completely understand it. I somehow did, but not totally clearly. But I like the stories at the beginning. I feel that it's you and that it's real. For me, I would like you to talk a little bit slower, because sometimes I have hard times understanding everything. Can be because of the accent, can be because I'm not used to the accent, but this makes it a little bit harder for me to follow you. I don't know about you guys, some are nodding. So I think if you would just, for some it's good, or I don't know, but I think if you would just take more time, speak slower, it would be easier for me to understand you. Yeah? And when you showed us those two pictures, then I felt engaged. I don't know about you guys, but those pictures made a difference to me. Fill it up with pictures, man. You're selling an experience. It's cool that you can talk about it, but if I can see it, 60% of the Westerners are visual people. I need to see it. I need to feel myself in this car. You know what I mean? Come up with stock photos or whatever, but push it up with this. I think it's nice. What you've done really well is you took this associated speech. You were directly talking to us, so you can do this, you can do that. Look at the record. At some point, you started talking directly with us, which was really nice. And one more thing, play a bit more with your emotions, with a smile, for example. You know, give us a smile here and there, but also give us, when you talk about the families and talk about the problems, and make it a little bit harder for us. You know, they don't have much money. So what I'm doing, and then smile again, I'm helping them. You know? So take us with you on an emotional journey that you show us too with your body language and with your mimics and with your tonality. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I understand.
And then if you want others to be emotionalized, you have to emotionalize yourself first. If I'm here like a stone all day long, you won't feel better than a stone, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not a stone. Yeah?
No, no.
It's just a picture. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. All right, who's next?
Most shocking.
Hey guys, hey, is my feedback too hard?